The symbol of the red cross on a white mantle still evokes awe and many questions. The history of the Knights Templar began with the dust of the roads of Palestine. After the First Crusade, the holy city of Jerusalem was recaptured, but the paths to it remained deadly. Pilgrims perished at the hands of bandits, left with no protection. In 1119, French nobleman Hugues de Payens and 8 of his companions decided to change this. They called themselves the Poor Knights of Christ. King Baldwin II granted them a residence on the Temple Mount, where the Temple of Solomon once stood. This is where their famous name comes from, Templars. For the first 9 years, they lived in extreme poverty. This image of humility would later become their official seal, symbolizing brotherhood. But this modest beginning was only the calm before a great storm. The turning point came in 1129 at the Council of Troyes. The influential abbot Bernard of Clairvaux became their chief ideologue and patron. He wrote the rule of the order and proclaimed them a new knighthood fighting for God. Pope Innocent II granted the order incredible privileges through his papal bull. From then on, the Templars answered only to the Pope, were exempt from taxes, and paid no tithes. They gained the right to build their own churches and maintain their own cemeteries. This made the order a state within a state, independent of kings and bishops. Massive donations of land, castles, and money poured in from across Europe. Young nobles lined up to join their ranks, donating their entire inheritance to the order. The Templars quickly transformed into the most disciplined and effective military force of the era. On the battlefield, the Templars were truly unstoppable. Their rule forbade them to retreat unless the enemy outnumbered them more than 3 to 1. The white mantle with the red cross became a psychological weapon, striking terror into their enemies. In 1177, at the Battle of Montchisard, a few hundred Templars helped crush Saladin's massive army. They were the vanguard of every major Crusader charge. However, the Templars were not only warriors, but also brilliant builders. They erected a network of impregnable castles across the Middle East, such as Chateau Pèlerin. These fortresses served as logistical hubs and bastions for the defense of the Holy Land. Discipline within the order was ironclad. While the Knights fought in the East, their brothers in Europe created something revolutionary. It was the Templars who invented the modern banking system. A pilgrim could deposit money in the Paris preceptory, receive a letter of credit or check, and cash it in Jerusalem. This eliminated the need to transport gold through dangerous territories. The order began issuing loans to kings, dukes, and merchants. They owned a vast fleet that transported not only troops, but also goods across the Mediterranean. The Templars owned farms, vineyards, and even industrial enterprises. By the 13th century, the order had become the richest financial institution in the world. They were so reliable that the French crown kept its treasury in the Temple, their headquarters in Paris. But it was this very wealth that would seal their doom. Military fortune is fickle, and dark times arrived for the Crusaders. In 1187, Saladin dealt a crushing blow to the Christian army at the Battle of Hattin. Jerusalem was lost, and the order moved its headquarters to Acre. Subsequent crusades failed to restore the kingdom's former glory. In 1291, Acre fell, the last Christian stronghold in the Holy Land. The Templars fought to the last man, covering the evacuation of civilians. The Grand Master, Guillaume de Beaujeu, died in battle, defending the city walls. With the loss of Palestine, the order lost its primary mission, protecting pilgrims. In the eyes of Europe, they were now merely wealthy landowners without a holy purpose. In the early 14th century, King Philip IV of France, known as the Fair, ruled. His treasury was empty, and his debts to the Templars were enormous. Philip was a cold and calculating man. He had no intention of repaying his debts. The only way to eliminate his creditors was to destroy the order itself. He launched a secret campaign to blacken the Templars' reputation using rumors and informants. The order was accused of worshipping an idol called Baphomet, renouncing Christ. Clement V, dependent on the French king, did not dare to protect the order. Then came the fateful Friday, October 13, 1307. Across France, sealed envelopes were opened simultaneously with orders to arrest all Templars. The operation was carried out with startling precision. The knights were caught off guard. In 1312, under pressure from Philip, the Pope officially dissolved the order. The Templars' property was supposed to pass to the Knights Hospitallers, but most of it ended up in the king's pockets. The disappearance of the order gave birth to many legends that live on today. Where did the legendary Templar fleet from the port of La Rochelle go? It set sail for an unknown destination on the eve of the arrests and vanished without a trace. Some say a group of knights fled to Scotland and fought alongside Robert the Bruce. Others believe the Templars reached the shores of America long before Columbus. But the biggest question remains: where is their gold? During the raids on the temple, royal agents found neither gold bars nor secret archives. It is believed the treasures were smuggled to a safe location on the final night. Some link the order to the search for the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. Allegedly, during years of excavations under the Temple of Solomon, they found something that gave them power over the world. These theories have inspired hundreds of books, from Ivanhoe to the Da Vinci Code. Despite the official ban, the spirit of the Templars did not die. In Portugal, the order simply changed its name to the Order of Christ and continued to serve the crown. It was under sails bearing the Red Cross that Vasco da Gama discovered the sea route to India. In the 18th century, Freemasons declared themselves the spiritual heirs of the Templars. Today, many organizations claim to continue the work of the Knights of the Temple, but the true Templars remain in history as a symbol of loyalty and tragedy. They created a system that was centuries ahead of its time.